Yes, sir. What's good? We are back. It's the 3-minute breakdown. It's your boy Reddish Dollar, my dog Kimball. What's good with you?
What's good, man? We here. You know?
We went missing last week. I don't know what happened, but we had a little 1-2 punch episode. It's just us two again. And we probably not going to cover too much about the playoffs before we get to the other stuff. And mostly going to have a lot of draft talk because that's basically been the most interesting thing other than blowout after blowout after blowout, basically like the past 2 weeks of the playoffs. It's been bad.
Horrible.
It's been bad.
You got people saying, I'm not even gonna get into that. Like people like trying to vouch for this shit.
What?
Like, come on, bro. Like people talking about how it's not as bad as people say it is. This and that.
Only people that's really saying that. Only people that's really saying that is teams right? That's still in it.
Yeah.
Because if I was a Lakers fan, man, I'll be like, hell yeah, the playoffs lit. You about to win the championship? Like some Warriors fan really, because I said this probably the worst playoffs since 2018. Some Warriors fans said I'm tripping. Come on, dog. We all know why you saying that. Because I know it. I definitely know he was probably saying the past 2 years this playoffs been ass because the Warriors wasn't in it. Let's keep it up. But
get the fuck yeah, come on, son.
Like if we really be honest, there's only really like two series that really jump out to me. Like, damn, that was really fun to watch. It was the Celtics and Bucks, even though that Game 7 just was horrible. And the Grizzlies and Timberwolves was probably the most fun series. Other than that, the first round series, it wasn't really nothing. The 76ers was up 3-0 against the Raptors at first. And then they made a little fake comeback, winning 2 games. The Heat and Hawks was terrible. Trae Young was in hell in a cell. The Bulls versus the Bucks was terrible.
Oh, that's close for those niggas. That's the actual thought.
What's the other series I'm missing? In the East? The Celtics. The Celtics and the Nets wasn't sweet. And then in the West, the Warriors and Nuggets wasn't really anything special. The Suns and Pelicans was a good series a little bit. B.I. got his game off. Let everybody know who he was.
I wish they beat those niggas. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and then no lie, the Suns really messed it up by losing that Game 7 because we'll have a way better series if it was the Suns versus Warriors instead of the Warriors versus Mavericks right now. And I predicted on the last episode there's a little bit more want than I actually thought was going to happen. I predicted the Warriors and Mavericks series was going to 7. But
yeah, I don't even remember we gotta go over those.
Just looking back on that, hell no. This Warriors team is basically, they kind of seen a team like this this Mavericks team, basically like the Rockets when it was James Harden handling the ball so much. Even though they have a little bit of Jalen Brunson doing some work, but it's mostly just like all Luka, and they just shoot through.
Oh yeah, and like sometimes like they definitely play better when everything is like everybody like. Of course, when everybody's a sync, they're gonna play better shit. But once they like overly rely on that shit, that's when they cook. Like they just be fucking shit for themselves.
Is it the 3 they cook where Luka has to bail them out? And Luka's been hooping this series, but defense been bad. And Reggie Bullock, man. Reggie Bullock, oh my God. Looking like a North Carolina player.
They got to throw the North Carolina job. That's
was shooting up stones. Terrible.
Corner, yeah, that nigga shit was broke in the corner.
Bow. I'm saying, bro. If I was courtside, I would have been ducking. I ain't know where them shits was going, all them damn bricks. Shits is probably coming your way. No. But, I got a gel on them real quick. Yeah, the playoffs been ass, bro. Like, I don't know what else. I don't know what to say about it. The Warriors probably win. As long as the Celtics lose,
they want to come back in the finals. My prediction: Celtics come back down and go to the finals and beat the Warriors.
Don't say that.
Calling.
Don't say that, bro.
Jordan Poole by being
Celtics have never won the championship in the Twitter era. Let's keep that like that way, bro. I just can't be on Twitter for like the next like 3 or 4 months.
Racist ass niggas. Oh. they gonna be at the woodworks, nigga.
Yeah.
Shit. Fuck them niggas, nigga. Let's talk about the combine right now.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah. How you feel about all the updates? that's been going around now. Like we're more into it. You know, days have gone by, and like we're seeing more and more players. Like, what has been your takeaway so far from the NBA Combine?
Nothing like really too crazy. I know definitely the biggest winner of the Combine, I'll probably say Jalen Williams out of Santa Clara.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing him like mid first round. I've seen him around.
Yeah, they said he could go as high as lottery, probably late lottery.
Yeah,
but he who
that's good. Yeah, shout out to him. And also shout out to Kenneth Lofton.
Oh yeah, big boy.
Yeah, I remember like when the first time I saw that nigga was like in that USA shit. He's one of them guys.
Yeah, he was working.
He was working. I'm like they were like, yo, Jaloma came back. Like, what's going on? Like, this nigga just bullying niggas inside, just getting no bucket. Like, yeah. So shout out to him because he's staying in the job too now. I think, right?
Yeah, he just announced that.
So he's staying in the job. You know, he must be definitely feeling confident about where he's about to go. So yeah, shout out to them.
I don't know if he's about to get drafted, but I feel like he'll probably be a guy that does get picked up at the draft.
Picked up, yeah. No, yeah, facts. Another person who like I've definitely seen who's been like really on the tongue of like a lot of you know, scouts and things of that nature is definitely Dyson Daniels recently. Like I feel like I've seen his name really come up like in terms of like impressions and stuff like that. I think he even brought up like he showed me that video of him like shooting and stuff like that. His jump looked real good. Like he's just really been impressing people. I think Jonathan Gavoni said he looked the best out of like all like the what do you call it? The pro days. Like he looked like probably like the most comfortable, like best pro day.
Yeah. His jump shot definitely looked like it was like a better like one motion kind of.
Yeah.
He could be another one that could jump up. And I saw a report that the Cavaliers are probably going to try and move up a little bit to possibly get him because he's probably not going to be available at 14. So I definitely could see the Cavaliers moving up and getting him. And I think him and Darius Garland be perfect in the backcourt, getting some size with them. And you still got Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. I think that's tough if that ends up happening.
Yeah, I could see. I feel like if anybody's really gonna like rise up, like unlike on some like a lot of spots, it's definitely gonna. I think he could be one of them. Like, I think he could be that.
Yeah, I feel like he could just fit with like basically almost any team.
Yeah,
he kind of remind me of like Lonzo Ball in the sense that Lonzo could really play with anybody in the backcourt. And even then, Dyson Daniels is like taller, and it could he could end up playing some three in the NBA.
Yeah, that's like a lot of potential there. Dyson Daniels, shout out to him. Shit, if he comes to the Knicks, like I'll be hyped as hell too. I want him or Johnny, bro.
Yeah, that'll be a dream scenario for y'all.
Well, I came across this like Sports Illustrated article, and it is like it was today. They were doing like their like draft stock watch and stuff like that. And they're talking about like the latest buzz or like prospects of the combine, and I just wanted to go through it real quick, and, like see what you wanted, like just see what you thought about it. And there's a specific play I want us to get into conversation about.
Say that.
So one of the people that I mentioned just now, Dyson Daniels, was one of the first people. Like as I said, like he's really been looking good. He measured out real well, 6'7" and a half, with like basically a 6'11" wingspan, and like he's like they said he shot the ball better than expected at his pro day, like we were just talking about. So man, if he comes, man, he might be something special. So yeah, shout out to Dyson Daniels. This is the player I was wanting to get into the conversation about, which is the second guy they had here was Shaedon Sharpe.
Shaedon Sharpe, all right, let's do it.
Man, so recently I've seen a shout out to what's the thing? The big boy. What's the podcast called?
Rafael Barlow.
Yeah, Rafael Barlow. Yeah, shout out to him. He was reported out talking about like what scouts have said about Shaedon Sharpe, and it's I don't know, man. So basically,
wait, hold on.
So basically,
before we get into that, I just saw my baby Nia Long on TV, dog. How the hell did Ime Udoka pull that?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. How does he get that?
I know he was in the NBA, But brother must have had game. He must have had game.
I think it must have been a smooth guy like talker. Fuck hell no.
Nigga must have laid it down or something, nigga.
Hell no.
My bad. Let's get into it.
No, but yeah, there was a report from Scout saying that he barely practiced at Kentucky. He didn't want to play in games and he didn't want to play at the combine. You know, he was asking like who's advising him? He can't hide forever. Does he want to play in the summer league? And the frustration was more at the guy, like his handler, like his advisors, more than just shading the player. And also another scout was noted to say, I wouldn't take him in the top 10. There's too small of a sample size. Someone's going to get burned. And then one other scout, he was talking about how he's not a big fan of pro days and stuff. But when you watch Sharp, you know, you see like the body, the athleticism, but he's just basically playing against a chair. So how do you feel about Shannon Sharp? And I know you've been kind of, you know, your tune has kind of went back to like how you was feeling earlier on about Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, I don't know, like, man. This is just if I'm a GM, I just can't see myself taking him. I don't know.
Yeah, bro. And like look at where he's projected.
I just don't feel as confident just because we haven't seen any tape on him, and we just seen it like the past couple years. We've seen like top guys come in as top guys, and they play college basketball, and things turn around. Like just look at what happened to BJ Boston. Look at Patrick Baldwin even this year. Like I think what I've seen for Shannon Sharp, he also came on late too, though, right? Like he started getting buzz junior year and senior year. And
no, he started getting buzz senior year.
Well, going into senior year, right?
Yeah. Going to
because I didn't hear about him before then.
Yeah, he went from like 100, like ranked in like hundreds and unranked to like that summer he just blew up to be like number one player.
Yeah, and he has like some of the tools, 6'5", good athlete, but I wouldn't say he's like some great athlete like we've seen from the past guards like Jalen Green or Anthony Edwards. And it's just so hard to like really judge off high school tape because I've seen a lot of people really killing high school too and not doing anything at the next level, and it's just that concern.
Yeah, for me, I definitely 100% agree with everything you're saying. I definitely think me personally, I think he can translate. Like, I think it would go, but like, damn, I really would have liked to see him at like at Kentucky or something like that. Or like,
because
maybe even if he went to the G League or something.
I feel like there's other stuff that we haven't seen. Like, we haven't seen him like consistently, like how he'll act consistently and against the next level and higher competition. And just like the mentality, does he have like the killer, like that type of like dog in him, the instinct? Like what type of player he really is.
And like I said, like he really just blew up. Like I don't think it's been over. No, it hasn't been over like I think 15 months that he's really just been like really blowing up.
And when I was watching his highlights before he came to like Kentucky, I'm like, he cool, like he tough, but I just gotta see him do it at the next level. So I wasn't as high on him.
Yeah, he kind of shows somebody like when you watch, he's one of those guys like it don't seem like he has like his foot like all like on the gas, like on the pedal, like 100% type shit. Yeah. But like he's still you know, he makes it look easy type. You know? But like he's still like I think he has lots of potential. Like I think he's gonna eventually like he shows flashes of like off the dribble ability, scoring, you know, scoring from 3 levels, things of that nature. But we haven't, like you said, we have not seen that against like a next level of talent, like aside from AAU. Like AAU, when it like I don't know, man. That's kind of tough right there. Like I can't really you can't judge off just AAU. And I also want to like I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know.
Like when we did our initial board after the draft lottery came out, we picked them 4 for Sacramento. But just looking back on it now, if I'm Sacramento, I'm not taking them. Especially they have the hopes of trying to make the playoffs, which is probably unrealistic. But even if they do that, I think Monty McNair is going into his last year as a GM. So he's in his contract year. So how comfortable are you going to be taking Shaden Sharp, knowing damn well he's not going to be good in year 1 most likely because he's taking basically 2 big leaps. Yeah, and it's the King.
It's the King. So it's going to be the worst case. Like this is going to be the worst case scenario.
Yeah, because like just think about it. Do we think they have a plan for Shaden Sharp when he comes in?
Oh no.
Yeah, that's tough. And also for me, I think Jaden Ivey, he was second on my big board. So I just got to make sense of it. You just got to go with best player available. As much as I don't really like the De'Aaron Fox and Jaden Ivey fit, but you got to go and get the best talent. Because if that doesn't work out, just trade De'Aaron Fox. Now you got Davion Mitchell and Jaden Ivey and just try and work from there. So I think that's more of my rationale now. Because taking that risk on Shaden Sharp, although he could possibly be a better fit if he does hit with De'Aaron Fox, the thing is, we just don't know what his floor is going to be. We don't know how low his floor could be. Everybody's really talking about like his ceiling. Oh, he could be this, he could be that. But we just don't know how low the floor is. And that's the concern.
We're talking like about like the games like a guy like him. Like, over the years, you see top guys not, the top guys usually kind of like, they don't play in the games because they kind of already know, like, feel me? Like, but like a guy like him who hasn't played since AAU really against like competition, like this is where like, I feel like he definitely should have been open to play and been more like engaged and involved in like the game, like the 5-on-5s in the combine and things of that nature to really show like, not to stay as an unknown and stuff like that, like things of that nature. And I think that's really like something that, like, it goes back to like what this guy was saying, like his advisors and things of that nature. Like, I don't know how I feel about the people that's like kind of like behind him. Like, I think he needs better. I think he needs better people online, because I don't know. I feel like your main priority, like, yeah, you're gonna you want the value, but like you gotta prioritize your career. Like, so like you're steering the outcome of your career. You can't just like wing it on some shit.
I'm not too mad at the what's it called? At the agents for doing this, for not letting him play. Because at the end of the day, nigga is still getting top 5 buzz, and this nigga hasn't even played a game. So
yeah,
I just feel like if niggas think I'm top 5, like what am I supposed to be playing for?
That is true.
Even though we haven't seen him play at all, but it's just the buzz that he's getting. So why should he play? Because it can only hurt him, really.
Yeah,
because I don't think him playing and being nice, I don't think he's gonna. Oh, he about to go number 1 now or something like that. Or Orlando's thinking about taking him, or OKC at number 2 or something. I feel like it'll only hurt him. Just say he had a bad night or something like that. But I don't know. It's tough for me. If I'm a team, good luck to whoever takes him. To be honest, you better be sure, because your job is on the line with drafting Shaden Sharp. I feel like if it doesn't hit. Maybe not for the Pistons, but the Kings, if they take Shaden Sharp, it's cooked.
No, it's cooked.
It's cooked.
Oh my God. I'll be so fucking upset. He would be the first lottery pick to make the jump to the NBA without a college or professional minute since Thon Maker.
Brandon Jones? Oh, Thon Maker?
No, Thon Maker, yeah.
Yeah, and we saw that one went.
Hey.
You knew I wasn't a Thon Maker fan when he came out.
Yeah. Even before that, even like when he was at his height, like he was like like nigga was really not feeling him. Like,
who's he getting fraud by? Damn. What was that? Was it Bam?
Scow. No, it was like some like international camp shit.
Oh no, Thon Maker dropped Bam. That's what it was.
Thon Maker, yeah.
It was Scout that was working Thon Maker.
Yeah, I knew it was clipped when I was like, nah, Scout was giving Thon Maker post work. I'm like, there's no way. Like, Scout looking hella polished in the post against Thon Maker. Like, nah, something's not right.
Remember, didn't KG say Thon Maker was about to be like an MVP?
Yeah.
Go.
But next on their list was Jeremy Sohan, freshman out of Baylor.
That's my guy.
He impressed during the pro day, showcasing his physicality, skill level, and energy in a setting where sometimes that's a little bit harder than you think. And he basically went hard the whole time. Like, it wasn't great. There's also saying he was in great shape, which is good to hear as well. And they was raving about his movement for his size, and that's definitely something we talk about, like that, and then his versatility and things of nature. Like, do you think he could be somebody who could rise up, like who can go up to rise, or
I love Jeremy Sohan as a player. For me, the highest I'll probably be comfortable taking him is at 7 for Portland. Especially the fact that they need wings defending, or especially around that backcourt. Oh my God, that's going to be atrocious again. They're really just going with another CJ McCollum replacement. Anthony Simons that is no taller than him. He just got more bounce.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. Damien, just leave, bro.
So they're definitely going to need help just guarding. And Jeremy Suhan is probably the most versatile defender, I'll say. Because I seen him at Baylor, I seen him guard 1 through 5.
Yeah, it's big, though. That's freshman, too. Like, it's just so much to work with him. But one thing to note was that in the pro day, apparently he didn't really shoot that well.
Yeah, that's the biggest concern, the swing factor.
Yeah. But they were saying his shot mechanics were like workable. Like it's not on some broke shit. Like that's something you probably could like work with, just to get some reps on his shit and maybe clean it up a little bit. But aside from that, like I think everything else points to him being like, I think he's gonna be a really, really solid pro. Was it him that we said he could who was that we thought that depending on the team he goes to, he could have like a Scotty Barnes type of rookie? Was it Jeremy Sohan?
It probably was. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna score as much as Scotty.
Not like that, but like
yeah, I know
like kind of yeah. But shout out to Jeremy Sohan. You know, another person I wouldn't even have the next pick. You know, I ain't gonna lie. But I hope it's the people I mentioned earlier. But next up is your guy and my guy too. You know, I can't lie, this guy is tough. And there's a line in here that we talked earlier, and it's Mark Williams. And the line I'm talking about here is man, there's like a quote that was mentioned was many around the league have wondered for months whether Williams could be the first center selected in this draft, overtake Jalen Duren, who was penciled in for a while. And apparently it's an idea that's gathered momentum over time, and like people, it's seeming like around the draft talk and stuff, it's kind of trending that area.
Hey man.
So
well, I've been saying for the past couple of months though on this podcast about Mark Williams and Jalen Duren. What does Jalen Duren do better than Mark Williams at this point?
Man.
Mark Williams, he does everything better than Jalen Duren, and he's taller. And he was definitely one of the winners, especially with the measurements. 7'2" with shoes on, 9'9" standing reach. Bro is a monster.
He's a good athlete. He moves really well for 7'2". And one thing to notice to talk about also with that Jalen Duren thing, I think many scouts was like they were saying like they felt like observing Jalen Duren, like I feel he's definitely shorter than his listed 6'11", and Jalen Duren did not test or measure at the combine.
Well, he didn't.
And then, he didn't test or measure at the combine. And then on the flip side of that, Mark Williams tested out to be even bigger than expected, which we just mentioned, 7'2" with a 9'9" standing reach and a 7'6" wingspan. So, man, me personally, definitely, I think I have him.
I'm officially there. Even at San Antonio at 9, if they're gonna go big, I'll take Mark Williams over Jalen Duren. That's how I feel.
Yeah, and he's a dog.
That might be rich, but at least with Mark Williams, I didn't have to question his motor at all at Duke, and he was the most important player at Duke. We don't make it that far at all. We don't make it past the second round without Mark Williams on the squad.
Correct.
Like I think he was the most important player. Even though Paulo, I think, is the best player in his class, Mark Williams is the most important player at Duke just because of what he did defensively, covering up for so much mistakes that we had. Paulo's lapses, AJ Griffin's lapses. Like, he was just a monster defensively and just dunked everything offensively. Catching lobs, just making smart passes. Like, Mark Williams is like, he's that guy. He's that guy. One of my favorite players at Duke. I'll take him over Duren. Even though I still like Duren, that being said.
I do still like Duren. I even mentioned like a few podcasts ago, I think one of the previous Big Boys we might have done. Like I was looking back like at one of the older drafts, like when Dwight Howard got drafted. And like a lot of the same things, like it was like a lot of similarities in terms of like the pros and cons with like Duren and Dwight Howard in a sense. I feel like it was like a lot of similarities and things of that nature. Like, so if Duren does pan out, like it could be a good thing. Also, like you never know what you don't know what he's still to turn into. Like, he's still extremely young. So I don't know, like, but if at this moment right now, like from what I'm seeing and towards like the season thing nature, Mark Williams definitely got that. I definitely believe so. And also, scouts think that he has more to offer than just being like a rim running, non-shooting big and things of that nature. So
he got better touch than Jalen Duren to me too.
Yeah, and I feel like he just moves better. Like I feel like his foot, like he has better feet. Like
because I don't see Jalen Duren at the next level probably being a switch guy. Nor do I see Mark Williams. But I think in like when they're playing more drought coverage, I think Mark Williams is better at that. And Jalen Duren also came off as like heavy footed to me.
Yeah. That is fact.
Like he moved like he wearing Timbs.
Yeah,
kind of.
he wearing Timbs. Yeah. I know that's like hell no. And Mark Williams, like he just feels like he's light on this, like he just feels like he just moves really well. Like not even just feel like he does really move really well. Like I do feel what you're saying in terms of like the movement. Like yeah, he definitely does like kind of like drag his feet in a sense. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Damn, I just feel like we slandering Jalen Duren a lot, but I still think Jalen Duren like could be a good lottery pick though. Like even if other teams, say if San Antonio did take him, I wouldn't be mad at it. But he gave me a little bit of DeAndre Jordan type vibes.
And that's not even a bad thing either. Like.
It's not. Well, you want to take DeAndre Jordan at 9? What are you talking about?
I'm gonna do Jalen Duren. I'm gonna stick with. I'm gonna give him an early Dwight. I'm gonna give him that. I'll give him.
Nah, he remind me of mix of Derek Favors and DeAndre Jordan.
Ooh, Derek Favors. I think that's a good one. And yeah.
And both of them in high school, they was a man. Like I was describing DeAndre Jordan, Jalen Duren coming into it. That was a grown ass man when he was at Montverde.
Yeah.
And damn, I forgot what I think Roman Catholic he was at before.
Yeah, Roman Catholic.
I remember watching him play one game.
Man, so next up, another guy, man, Patrick Baldwin Jr.
Ooh.
So apparently in this article, they like around the combine, they see him as a pretty polarized. Like his name is really pretty polarized, of course, with everything that's on things of that nature. And quote unquote, there's a segment of scouts who seem to be entirely out on him, and the fact that he didn't perform well in athletic testing, which I want to add again. This guy I think he had like the worst vertical ever, or something like that, like 29 inches or some shit. Like it was like something real horrible. But they said like that his performance in the athletic testing threw more fuel on the fire. But after watching Baldwin's pro day and seeing him work out in private earlier this month, many have come away feeling like there should be much more room for optimism. And I want to buy into that too. Like I'll buy into that. He got measured in at 6'10" with a 9.2 standing reach, and he was definitely shooting it at the pro day. And they say he was showing some ball skills too, but I mean, there's nobody in front of him. It's really so. But man, you think Patrick Baldwin, you think there's a chance that I wouldn't. I don't go that far to think he will fall out the first round, but do you think there's a chance that he can still be the player that many would have maybe thought he could be?
Like coming into the season?
Yes.
No. Well, people are thinking that he could be like number 2 or like somewhat of a number guy like Michael Porter type. I don't see that. But I still see there's a world that he could be like a good role player around the Cam Johnson type. Or like even I think he could be better than Cam Johnson because he's still so young.
Yeah.
And I like his season was like we just gotta be blunt. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Just flat out
also,
terrible.
Also to add on to that, apparently he had 2 years of checkered health, like so. I guess they're apparently still working on his way back into like I guess full shape and things of that nature. So I don't know, but a healthy him, like I do think that would be better than. I think he's better than Cam Thomas.
Yeah, I just have I just know he wasn't as bad as what he was this year.
Yeah,
And he's gonna be in a different role. Like, look what happened to Zaire Williams this year. Like, he went to Stanford and didn't have a good year, but he was like a top 10 guy. So people are expecting to be like, oh, this elite shot creator. Oh, he could be
top
like
5.
Yeah, that he was gonna be like the shot creator, someone like a go-to guy at college, or someone that could be like one of the top guys. And he just wasn't that. But him going to Memphis and just being able to be a role player and get his shots here and there, he looks way better than he did at Stanford. And I feel like Patrick Baldwin could be in that similar situation. Like, I don't think he's as bad a shooter as he showed, but he's not gonna be drawing all this attention at him when he's in the NBA. He's gonna be like the 4th or 5th guy spotting up off other players while they're creating shots for him. So I think he could still be a decent player.
Yeah.
Late first round.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. Like, there's a worry about his defensive side of his game, but like as this guy says, that writing him off completely would be a mistake, and he won't have a hard time thinking the team won't roll the dice somewhere in the first round. And can you see any way of him, like, can you see a scenario of him falling into the second round?
I doubt it. I was doing a mock draft and he fell in my second round, but I just don't see it happen. But I was just messing around with it, just doing other stuff. But
yeah, I don't see it. But for some reason, I just feel like I could see it somehow that happen. But like, I just know I feel like this, like the what he offers at his age and the potential that you could look at, like, because of course you're drafting off of potential. Like, I feel like somebody's gonna take that. I think somebody's gonna bite on that one.
Just think about if you a late first round, like the late first round teams, and you could get a guy that does have a higher potential, and he just bring him along slowly. Like, wouldn't that be intriguing? What if Milwaukee added him or something, or Dallas? Like, don't you think he could work off like players off Luka and Giannis well and complement them? Just adding a 6'10" shooter, and then he saw the flashes of him like creating a little bit too.
Yeah.
So that's why I just don't think he's gonna be a second round.
Yeah, and he's 6'10" shooting like that. Like, yeah, he come on. But lastly on this list, you just talking about it earlier. Jalen Williams, Santa Clara junior guard, for his measurements. Well, he just wants somebody who like the epitome of coming in and improving your stock. Like, he came in as a protected second rounder, and he separated himself and likely worked his way into like the 25-35 range, according to these, and maybe even close to lottery.
Yeah, I saw as high as lottery.
Yeah, so he performed well athletically. He measured with a 7'2" wingspan and 6'5". Well, around basically 6'6" in shoes on.
Yeah, and I saw that he had the highest like plus in the wingspan.
So the quote that I was mentioning was this one right here. Williams is more athletic than he looks on the court in certain situations, but he has sort of a boxy frame that limits his shiftiness in tight spaces, and his handle can get a little loose. There's ultimately a lot to like here, considering that the need for a viable wings who can handle, pass, shoot, and complement star talent. And like, yeah, that's basically what it was. And like, how do you feel about that? Like, you think he can provide that?
Yeah, I can. How you feel about him?
I definitely like him. Like, he really grew. Like, I didn't really pay attention much to him. Like, I didn't really know about him, honestly. Like, coming into this, like I literally just found out about him probably late season. Like, I didn't really know about him much. Like, I've seen him in like mocks in the second round and stuff like that, but I never really like picked up on his game or anything like that. I didn't know he was like the type of talent he was, but. Shout out to him because he really like I was saying earlier, like, he's the epitome of really boosting your stock. Like, he definitely probably boosted his stock like astronomically from second round to like near lottery. Like, that's something that's big right there.
Yeah, he wasn't ducking no smoke either. Was hooping in the combine games. I think he was like 11 for 16 in like the 2 games that he played.
All right, so yeah, what teams do you see trading their pick in this upcoming draft? Is there anyone that sticks out to you like, or any prospects that you can see like a certain team chasing after, going into this draft?
I already mentioned the Cavs are possibly trying to trade, probably possibly trade up to get Dyson Daniels because it's saying that right now he's probably gonna be a top 10 guy, and they're right at the end of the lottery. Another team is definitely at 4 at Sacramento. That's probably the most interesting team in like the whole lottery. Just for the sake of, they could just do so much things to kind of change everything like around. If a team wants to jump up and try and get Jaden Ivey, if they even take Shaedon Sharp, maybe if they even take Keegan Murray and like some stuff like that happens. But I think Sacramento, they already said they're open to moving the pick, and I'm not opposed to it at all. But I just don't know because their expectations, they want to make the playoffs, but we just got to be realistic. We got to be realistic.
That's because they said, "Oh no, you go."
I know it's been 16 years, but dog, this is not a playoff team.
That's like Nick. Like my thing is, and like going back to what you said, like apparently they're trying to trade it for like a win now piece. But my thing is, bro, like, what's the point of wasting a future pick? A future of your franchise just so you can play in the first round, like, or playing it. Like, what's the point of that? I don't get it. Like, for me, like, I don't see them doing anything crazy. They're not like, going to be a good team. Like, their team is not built a certain way. Like, oh my, you have pieces to complement like a win now player type. Like, I don't see that in Sacramento. So I feel like it would just be dumb for them to do.
Yeah, I like De'Aaron Fox and all, but he is not. Him being your best player on the playoff team, y'all not going anywhere. First round at max.
Don't think you got the right plays on him, bro?
Huh?
You don't think you're just like, what the right plays on him, bro?
He ain't that guy. De'Aaron not that type of guy. Neither is Sabonis with him. So I feel like, I said this before, I'll probably go with Jaden Ivey now, but I wouldn't be opposed to at least moving down. Because if they trade outright, like trade they pick outright and say, I think the rumor people are like John Collins I seen, Jeremy Grant, and even Bradley Beal that I just seen on, I think it was Twitter.
So they want Julius?
If they do that.
Let them just completely fumble. Like, completely fumble. Give us that 4th pick and y'all take 10 and Julius. Like, we good.
You might as well just take Shaedon Sharp if you think about getting Julius Randle.
Hey, yo.
But there's really nobody that they could go after that's gonna move the needle for them. But I guess them being a first, like, if they made the playoffs, they're gonna throw a parade.
That's sad. They're gonna be even worse than the Timberwolves.
Yes, they're gonna be.
They're gonna be crying, popping champagne.
Bro, Sacramento might get shut down or something if they even have Sacramento fans anymore.
I despise that. Like, I just despise their the niggas who run that shit. Like, that's just so foul, bro. But I just see it. Going back to it, I had Sacramento. I don't feel it, man.
For me, if I'm them, I'll trade down to around like the 10th.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, the only thing I'm saying, like, don't trade for a win now, but trade down for something plus a pick, bro, and give up like something, bro.
One trade I was thinking about, if I'm Sacramento, I'm seeing if the Wizards want to move up to 4, give me Kyle Kuzma in the 10th pick, or something like that, or maybe like a little bit more. But they need more wings on the roster. So say if you get Kyle Kuzma, and around the 10th spot, you're gonna still have players such as like Jeremy Suhan possibly on the board, Tari Eason, and even like a Benedict Mathurin. So if you could get that and the Kyle Kuzma, I feel like that's still a win for you.
Yeah.
And y'all don't have to deal with the headache of the 3-guard lineup again.
Yeah. Or, if AJ Griffin falls there.
We're not doing that.
But I totally agree with that. I'd rather trade down than just win now thing, because it's just not happening, bro. Go for your future player. Just continue to go for your future, because y'all are trash now. Y'all probably going to be trash next season. And just take it, and you're still going to have a pick and plus a player. So I do agree with Kuzma. I think he, like you said, didn't need wings. I think he'll fit well. As on top of that, and yeah, so I do agree with that one right there. And what was the other team that you mentioned that you could see trading?
Damn. Well,
I think
maybe
he said what?
I think I'll probably have to put like the Pistons and Pacers up there. Like if they really want to secure Jaden Ivey, they'll probably try and move up a little. But I don't know what exactly would be the trade because the Pacers just traded with the Kings, so I don't know what assets they'll even want,
Yeah.
unless like a future draft pick. But even that, I don't even know. So it's hard coming up with this scenario. And with the Pistons, who are they going to give up? Oh, you want Killian Hayes and the fifth pick? Like it's going to probably have to be another future pick too, unless they also probably Jeremy Grant if they want to do that. But another team, I could see Charlotte probably making a move too.
Oh, yeah, they got two.
They have 13 and 15. So if they want to move up a little, that could possibly happen. And they also took a lot of lottery picks. So I don't know if it's going to be. They took like 3 rookies last year. James Bouknight, JT Thor, and Kai Jones. And 2 out of the 3 rookies didn't even play. So are they going to add another 2 rookies on top of that? So we could look at Hornets as another potential spot to move up. Damn, who was another team? I got to look. Do you have anyone?
As a Knicks fan, do you think the Knicks, is there any way the New York Knicks will move up?
No.
Oh my God. Why would you say that to me? Why would you say that to me?
Yeah. Just don't have your expectations low. And then when if it does happen, throw the parade. Celebrate.
Yeah, but but truthfully speaking though, like I'm not even mad at where we're at. Like,
yeah, so even I think I like the spot that you guys are at.
Yeah, because when you look at past drafts that we've been in, we always kind of been around this area, and we always drafted terrible. But but I feel like right here, like there's a lot of good players to choose from that probably be here that we can like incorporate into the team. Like I mentioned before, like you got guys like Johnny Davis. Hopefully, if Dyson Daniels doesn't rise up too high, if he's there, man, you got Dyson Daniels, Benedict Mathurin.
Yeah, you got a lot of guys that you can really see on the Knicks just contributing.
And I see somewhere where Jalen Duren is up there and stuff like that. Do you see that? Like, say if that happens, like Mitchell Robinson they're definitely doing something like Mitchell Robinson.
Well, yeah, if Jalen Duren gets drafted, that's just automatic that Mitchell Robinson is not coming back. But for me, I wouldn't draft Jalen Duren
that's
at 11.
Yeah. I feel like there's even, man, I think I'll take one.
Like I'm trying to think because the other people that I have higher on my board if I'm the Knicks is definitely Benedict Mathurin, AJ Griffin, Jeremy Suhan, Dyson Daniels, and Johnny Davis. If all 5, I don't think all 5 would be off the board.
Yeah.
So I just can't see y'all taking Jalen Duren.
Yeah.
But it is the Knicks, so I can't rule that out. Y'all did take Frank Ntilikina when I didn't think y'all was about to take him. And y'all took Kevin Knox.
Yeah, shout out my nigga Frank Ntilikina, man. You know, he before this work season, he's been looking good on the defensive side of the ball. But
is there anybody that you don't want to be a Knick?
Oh, who I don't want to be a Knick? Well, I don't want Jalen Duren to be a Knick. I definitely don't want Malachi. I mean, not Malachi. He's probably not. He's not around that area anymore. But I don't want Agbaji to be a Knick.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want that. I don't want Tari Eason.
Oh, you don't?
Nah. I feel like he's definitely like I just want us to just move forward with Obi Toppin, things of that nature. I just want us to just move forward with that. And I want us to just get like a guy who could score the ball. That's my main thing is a guy who could score from all 3 levels. Give us somebody like that or something of that nature. That's why my reasoning was like I really want to go for Johnny Davis. Even though I know, yes, his 3-point was blah, blah, I still believe he's gonna be a 3-level scorer who's gonna be a decent shooter from 3. I think he can do it. Yes, he does damage in the mid range. I think I don't know. We better than Matthew will be solid too at that point. And I don't want us to get Usman Jang either. Let's not do that.
Nah, y'all can't go.
I don't want to gamble. Yes, we can't do that. We cannot gamble. Let's not go for a gamble. That's what we need to stay away from. Stay away from gambles and French niggas, and let's stay with let's keep it home.
French.
Let's keep it home base, man.
AJ Griffin?
Oh, AJ Griffin. Oh no, I would take AJ Griffin. I would take AJ Griffin. I will also take AJ Griffin if that's like what's available. Like I'll be mad at Griffin if you're really banking in on RJ's potential. Like I feel like AJ Griffin would fit perfectly next to RJ Barrett if you put RJ at the 2. But he'll have to he'll have to improve his defense though, AJ Griffin. But
yeah,
I believe in it. I believe in his potential for AJ Griffin.
That's my biggest concern with him.
Oh, the defensive side?
Yeah. But I still believe that he could improve on being a better defender because he was also didn't play basketball for like 2 years. Like, because of the COVID season, and I think he had an injury. Too.
Yeah.
And then also he did get injured right before Duke, and we didn't even know how long he was about to be out. Like, everybody thought he was going to be out for like a month plus, and ended up being only for like 2 weeks. And then he ended up going through like the whole season. So, I think he'll end up probably showing more athleticism and hopefully lateral quickness and get in better shape, and the IQ will improve upon. And his pops was in the NBA, so I just feel like he just know. I just think it's gonna click eventually with him.
Yeah,
and he's still so young.
Yeah, extremely young, 18. Yeah, I think it is. And I love to mention, like he has something that automatically is translating right away for him, which is his ability to shoot the ball, which is really came to, it really came as a surprise for me because he was we know him as like a athletic slasher type of guy. Like I didn't even know he was really like a good shooter. I thought he was gonna be like not the best shooter. Like I wouldn't expect him to come in and start shooting like the way he was shooting, but
I thought he was about to shoot around 40%. I didn't think it was about to be as high volume. I thought it was about to be like kind of like a Justice Winslow kind of 40%. But like when I was watching him play, I saw that he could shoot, and I did like his form. But it definitely nobody really thought he was about to shoot this good. Like he has an argument for being the best shooter in the class, which he probably isn't, but he's in that conversation just off the numbers.
Shit, man.
Is there another team that could possibly move up? A team that could possibly move back to me? Maybe the Pelicans? Or the Trailblazers could possibly move their pick? But the Trailblazers, same thing. I don't know who they're going to get that's going to move the needle. All right, so do you think the Trailblazers should move out of the spot or keep it?
I think you should keep it. I would keep it right here. I think this is definitely a good spot to find a good player. Even though it's kind of difficult, especially the direction they're trying to go. Like I'm not sure. But right here, I'm definitely eyeing. If I'm Trailblazers, I think I'm eyeing somebody like Jeremy Sochan. Or possibly maybe even an AJ Griffin around here. How would you feel about Benedict Mathurin? Nah. Do you think Benedict Mathurin will fit?
He could work, but personally, I'll probably go with like a Sochan or AJ Griffin, or maybe Keegan Murray if he does fall to this spot, which is I think is probably unlikely, but just gotta throw that out. Like I feel like Keegan Murray will be definitely a guy that could come in and contribute right away. But you know how I feel about that, man.
my man Keegan, man. Well, I think I'll probably go Jeremy Sochan because I'm not really sure. Like I said, what direction they are trying to if they're trying to win right now and stuff like that. But if they are, and I think Jeremy Sochan can give you the best of both worlds. A guy like him and AJ Griffin will give you the best of both worlds, youth and something that they can bring right now. So I think Keegan Murray brings the versatility. He brings a certain maturity and IQ to the game, and maybe some defense with it too. And for AJ Griffin, he brings you some nice shooting with size. And looking forward, you never know. We talk about his potential, in terms of being more of a better scorer and finisher, hopefully, and maybe even a better defender. So I think I'll lean more towards Jeremy Sochan. But yeah, I think that I'll take that, and I'll definitely keep the pick. I think I would keep the pick. If I was to trade it, I don't know where I would go with that one. If I was to trade it,
Yeah, I'm saying like stuff like Jeremy Grant. I'm not trading a seventh pick for Jeremy Grant, dog.
Nah, hell no.
It's quiet for that.
Nah. Niggas zipping their lips for that shit. Hell no. I'll definitely keep it right here.
Yeah, word. Damn. Is there any other team that you could see possibly moving up?
Team moving up.
I got one. Maybe I know San Antonio has 2 picks in like I think 20th and 25th. And
Yeah,
maybe,
20th and 20th.
Yeah. So maybe if they try and package that up and try and get like something like right outside the lottery.
Yeah, that'd be a nice. Yeah, that'd be like, ooh. Because you had a 9 to like maybe say what's the team?
Say they got up to like 16th or something like or 17th.
Yeah, I was thinking like I was thinking maybe like Hornets. Yeah, 60, yeah, 70. Yeah, that would be a good spot.
But I don't think the Hornets want to take on more picks because they already had their 2 picks.
Oh yeah, they already So maybe I'm looking at 16. Yeah, 17. So there's this Spurs. Okay, let's say 16. Like Atlanta or something. Like let's just say 16, right?
Yeah.
The possible people that's there will be like what? Maybe like if you get lucky, like maybe Usman Jane, Malachi Branham, Tari Eason, Abaji, and guys like that. Like,
yeah, if there's someone like around that range that they love, they could do that. They could grab someone around that range, and they still had their 9th pick too.
Yeah, for me, I think it all depends on who they pick. 9th pick, definitely.
Yeah, so those names that you probably named, it'll probably be someone of that, but we don't know exactly who because we don't know who's going on. So.
So what direction do you go at this for? So I want to get this out of the way. So where do you 9th pick? Who you taking for the Spurs?
For the Spurs,
Yeah, if you're the GM, your personal fit.
Like who will be number 1 on my big board if I'm the Spurs?
Yes, yeah.
That's kind of a good question because I was just in the Spurs spaces like 2 days ago and asking them like who's their most ideal fit. And for me, if I'm San Antonio, I think the most ideal fit is either between the 3 of Jeremy Suhan, Tari Eason, and AJ Griffin.
Oh, AJ Griffin. It's hard. Oh, Jeremy Suhan. I think I like the Jeremy Suhan actually.
I like it.
Yeah. Actually, I think I'll take that age. I think I like the age of Griffin.
Yeah, that's if he's gonna be there because I could definitely see him going like 6, 7, or 8.
Yeah, because I feel like the Spurs could definitely use that shooting on the wing, like like elite shooter on the wing. I think they could probably use that. So yeah, and say you take AJ Griffin, right, and you get to the 16th spot. You go for a guy like.
Well, if I take AJ Griffin at 9, I'm hoping that Tari Eason is going to be there at 16.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I was about to say, you also go on to Tari Eason. I feel like I think I do that. I think that would be a bad pairing.
Or I could, if I'm San Antonio, I'll try and get Jeremy Sohan or Tari Eason. Then I'll try at 16 go and acquire like another wing that could score. Maybe Usman Jang.
Usman Jang. I don't know about the scoring for him, but would you consider Jovic?
Jovic?
Maybe take so. I think I'll do that if I take.
Well, I'll take Jovic, but I just would. There's no point in me trading up because I feel like he'll probably be there at 20.
Yeah. That is true. So I feel like Tari Eason would be the ideal guy.
Yeah. Like I say this all the time. I flip flop who I like better. And I just said I'll take Jeremy Suhan over Keegan Murray. I guess I'm just indicating I'll probably take Tari Eason over Keegan Murray too. That's probably too rich for me, bro. I'm a flip flop. You can ask me this tomorrow. I'm like, damn, I'll probably take Keegan Murray. But
I'll fucking Keegan Murray. Yeah, I'll fucking Keegan.
I don't know. That's wrong. I feel like at least to me, they're all on the same tier.
Yeah, I, I could agree with that. I think Keegan Murray is slightly better than. I think Keegan Murray is slightly better than. I think I give him an edge on him.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like right now, potentially, I think.
And I don't really I don't disagree that much at all when you say that.
I got a question though.
What's that?
So for 14, the Cleveland Cavaliers, yeah, just almost made the playoffs. Let's say you're willing to take a gamble. Would you take?
Go for it. Go for it.
Would you take Jaden Hardy, number 14?
Hey man,
if you like, would you trade down? You think he was like?
All right, this is me. Cavaliers at 14. To me, I think they're probably gonna go with like a safer pick, more like a Baji, someone that just coming off winning a national championship could help right away
Nice.
in a wing, nice or even if you want to, if there's two or a Malachi Brandon went to Ohio State, went to St. Vincent, St. Mary's, I think too, so he could have stayed in Ohio State and Ohio. So that's like two of like the safer picks. If you're trying to hit a home run, trying to hit a dagger one, trying to hit it out the park.
Not on the park, nigga.
you could go with Usman Jang at the wing spot.
Ooh, Usman Jang. That's one that I would stand behind that one. Usman Jang.
And Jaden Hardy, man. It's really tough with the Jaden Hardy one because you still have Colin Sexton there. So you really don't know what's going on. But if you want to move on with Colin Sexton.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like Colin Sexton, maybe you move along.
And then get you a guy that potentially go and get busy with, he get to a bucket. Jaden Hardy.
Him in there.
Yeah. And oh my God. When we was watching the Cavs in the playing game, they were lacking another someone that could create other than Darius Garland. And Darius Garland was carrying a lot of a load basically throughout the whole season. Even though Rubio was helping him a lot and Rondo a little bit. But it was a lot of Darius Garland. And I think Jaden Hardy has potential to be one of the best scorers in this class, and he could play on and off ball and take off pressure off Darius Garland. I think that could work. I'm a lot higher on Jaden Hardy. And I was talking about this, I think, last week. It's just hard finding a team. Like, I think he's a lottery player. Yeah, it's really just hard finding that team for him. And I think the Cavs could be a team. But do I think it's going to happen in real life? Hell no.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, I agree with that. And I think if the Cavs get Hardy, man, I see it as this. He's seasoned already against NBA caliber, like capable NBA guys. I feel like if they put him there, I think he could come in. He could score off the bat. That's what I believe he could score from off the bat. He's going to be comfortable as a rookie. I think so. Like he'll be already comfortable as a rookie. He has that G League under his belt. He was able to make his mistakes. He's definitely going to learn from those mistakes in the offseason. But I think he's going to have a great. I think he could have a great rookie in the right situation. He'll have, if they just let him play, he will have a great rookie.
If I'm San Antonio at 20, I'll take Jaden Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
I know they got their wings. I know they just drafted Josh Primo, but I'm probably a little bit higher on Jaden Hardy than I was on Josh Primo coming out. And I feel like you can't. Yeah. And Lonnie Walker is probably going to be. He's going to be. So why not try and add more shooting and shot creation at the guard spot?
And he was okay in the pick and roll. He wasn't bad. He wasn't that bad. I think he was capable.
Yeah, I think he's probably in the upper echelon of pick and roll players in this class.
Yeah, I think he's definitely. Because I see, like, it was everything. Like we probably mentioned this before. Like that was a learning process. Everything was a learning process from this NBA. He was getting that G League. Like, yeah, it's higher level than college, and he was playing way better than the beginning. But I think he's gonna. Come on, man. I think a lot of teams are gonna regret passing up on Jaden Hardy. Now, I know a lot of teams will regret passing up on Jaden Hardy.
They're gonna regret it. They're gonna regret it. Especially, I don't think they're the same player, but I kind of see like what Jordan Poole is doing now. I can see Jaden Hardy getting buckets like that. Not the exact same way, but like just that type of like a scorer.
Yeah,
he is a scorer. He get to a bucket, and he just has that like change of pace. Like this, he just got it.
You know, he has the confidence. He's dogging him. He's gonna be better than that nigga.
I'm betting on Jaden Hardy. If he fails, hey, I'm wrong, but I think I'm all in on Jaden Hardy.
Yeah, I'm all in. Like, yeah, I'm all in.
I might have bought too much stock, but fuck it.
Fuck, man, give me another share, nigga. I'm putting extra. Fuck, come on, man. That's a special talent.
For sure. Now, anything else you got?
Yeah, I think that might be it.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap this up. If you made it this far, we appreciate you. You know, consider rating us 5 stars, getting the algorithm a little bit better. You feel me? It's your boy Reg Dollar, my guy Kimball. Appreciate you chopping it up. And we'll see you on the next episode. Stay safe, be golden. It's a 3-man breakdown. We out this motherfucker. Yeah, sure, coolie. Hey, God.